Oh my gosh. Greetings, travelers. We're live.
Greetings, travelers. We were delayed.
Yeah, that was a little interesting.
Yes.
So wow. It's been a
Wow.
hot
I
minute.
have my Hodag shirt on, Mark.
You do.
So I'm
I have
excited about that from the Hodag
so many
Festival.
shout outs
I,
from
I
that. Oh
see
my
that you
god.
did the Hodag image behind us, but you literally
Yeah.
can't you see everything
Oh, watch,
but the
watch,
Hodag.
watch and learn. Ready? Watch this. So hold on. I have to remove everybody for just a second because look at this. So boop. Oh, hey,
No, it's just me. Look how cute he is.
adorable. We love him. So
Yes.
oh my
So
gosh.
that was super fun. We did an epic road trip. We did a
Yep.
bunch of research all the way up through Ohio and Indiana and
Yep.
Kentucky and Wisconsin. Wisconsin. I gotta say,
Wisconsin.
like, Wisconsin. So
We hit a lot of fun places that'll be popping up on our social medias and all that over the next few weeks. So
yes.
yeah, I'm excited. I got to go to a very deeply influential place in my life. We got to go to the birthplace of Dungeons and Dragons. We went to the founding of TSR headquarters, and it
Yes.
was amazing building, the Dungeon Hobby Shop, which is up for sale. If you would like to buy the original headquarters of TSR, including the collection in there, which has Dragon Magazine number 1s through 10 and a bunch of old original chainmail and all this other stuff. It's incredible. And the door alone, with all the signatures from the TSR artists and TSR authors and stuff like that, that alone that needs to be in a museum. So
Or in your house, right, Mark? Like
exactly. I
you could just
offered to buy the door and they didn't let me. So
well, you know what I have to say is very fun too is that your resident ghost has been leaving more books about the place.
yes, this was interesting because one, he left instead of Carrie's hallway, it went into the bathroom next to Carrie's room, and this was laying on the counter. And this is The Last Illusion, which was kind of an interesting one by Rice Bowen. It's a murder mystery, but involving Harry Houdini. So,
Okay.
and then from my men's adventure shelf, this is one of the later Matt Helm series, The Annihilators. Now, this was on my couch over here while we were gone. So I think he likes to read those men's adventure books because that's like the third or fourth one he's left on here. But that's that shelf right behind me there over my shoulder is all my men's adventure stuff. So
that's
cool.
amazing. So
Yeah.
this episode is for our patrons first, and then we'll air this Friday for everyone else. So this is super exciting. We get to
And then it comes out regular YouTube a little while later after that, about a week or two after. I do have a shout out I have to give. And yeah, this is important. I meant to do it on the last episode and I didn't get a chance. A producer of this movie was reached out to me and I got the director to do it. And his name is Brett DeJager. I hope I pronounced that right. He did a movie called Cryptids. And this movie is Pray They're Only a Legend. And this movie is like an anthology movie, like Trick or Treat or Tales from the Crypt or one of those, Tales of Halloween, great anthology movies. And what's cool is the main host, the radio host, is listening. He does a night talk show, and it's all about spooky things. And it's played by Joe Bob Briggs from the Joe Bob Show. So I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. It came in literally the day we hit the road for Hodag. So that is on our agenda to watch. And he sent it, and he was so nice. He got Joe Bob to sign it. The producers all signed it. Director signed it. So I cannot wait to dive into this because that's my jam, baby. Give me monsters, practical effects, and give me cryptid legends. I'm in. So, and you can order this as well. It is available already on their website. So Nevermore Productions. So, and if you go to was it Scream Team releases, they have this on their website. So
Very cool. And we'll
Cool.
put links in show notes and stuff like that so everybody can find it and use it and do it and all the cool stuff. But today we're going to do some listener questions, right, Mark? So do you want to start or you want me to start?
Yes. You guys have always.
I think he's got mountain internet is happening, Bo. What do you think? Are we blaming mountain internet on this situation?
I can start. You guys. Oh,
It's definitely mountain internet. That's why it's
definitely
like
mountain internet. Go mountain internet.
I don't want to blame the Hat Man.
Okay.
Go
Well-
go Starlink, baby. It is starting to rain, so that might cause issues. So
Well, this will be
Can you
fun,
hear me?
Mark. Why don't you start?
I noticed I was frozen on the screen, so that's great. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, Elon. Thanks, Starlink.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mark,
this
why
is-
don't
this
you
is
start?
joy, so. Okay,
Can you
well,
hear-
I just want to say thanks again, everybody. Send us these messages. They email us. We get them email. We get them messages. We get them all over the place. So thanks again, and keep them coming so we can keep doing these. So up first, I'll start.
Okay. Yes, there we go. Finally. Okay.
Hey, travelers, have you or any know of anyone experiencing gifts being left by Bigfoot for things like chicken eggs being taken from the chicken coops? A friend of mine has a chicken coop that on days she comes up short on the average egg count, there are always some missing, but yet finds dug up things laying by the chicken coop door on those same days. This last payment, using quotation marks there, was a piece of broken pottery, a piece of old super thin glass, and what looks like to be an old brooch. There are always items that have been dug up. As we know, it's almost every day this happens. The chicken pen with the egg laying hens is closed off to all animals that could get in. She had a problem with a couple animals and has coyotes around. They made the one pen very safe so no animals could get into the eggs without opening the door, which there would need to be having hands to open the door. Her chickens have been let out before they went out to let them out also. As of late that I know of, they're getting less eggs daily, but there are always items left behind, items that were not there the day before. She says they normally get like 20 eggs a day, but lately it's been like 10 or 15 or so. Her other non-laying pens are not touched, only the egg-laying pen. And this is from Christine.
Well, hello, Christine. Well, I would say yes. My answer is yes. We do know of Bigfoot leaving gifts for things. So our other creatures may be leaving gift for things. So, I always like the peanut butter test, Mark. What do you think?
I do like that one too. I think that's usually the best one is leave a peanut butter jar, open it, take the interior cover off, and then close the spinny lid again so you don't just get regular animals getting into it, because it would need something that can open the lid and then see what you get. That's one of the things that a lot of the Bigfoot teams have gotten are giant thumbprints and other things like that in it. And it's pretty cool to see what they find and all that. So
Yes, but
exciting.
yes, we have heard of that. The inherent problem is they think they're trading you. So it's very hard to necessarily get them to stop trading you for
Right.
things. So I think it's good. But they probably have a bunch of protection around there too if they've got them that close and visiting. So go Sasquatch bodyguards.
I like
When
it. I think I like that it is only messing with the egg laying pens. That way it's not eating the chickens. It knows to just eat the eggs and all that. Not necessarily a Sasquatch. It could be Fae. It could be anything. There are a lot of things that could be doing it. I would say look for footprints, look for the usual telltale signs. And then if you want somebody to come investigate, let us know where you're at. We'll get a team out there. happy to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Next one. This is
All right,
from
Erica.
Andrew. Well, hello, Andrew. Okay. He said, enjoyed the episode on favorite alien movie. Although I wondered afterwards if it shouldn't have been split into an episode about aliens that come to Earth and an episode about humans going out into space to encounter aliens. There's so many dang alien movies. That is so true. We've had that thought ourselves, Andrew. Anyway, I'm sure 100 people will recommend the recent Prey entry into the Predator franchise. Really enjoyable, and I'd place it up there with Predator and Predator 2 as one of the best Predator movies. I agree 100%, actually.
Yep,
I think that
very
was,
fun.
yes, way up there. I thought it was so well done. The episode also reminded me of Split Second, an older Rutger Hauer movie that may just be about a monster, but I remember being about an alien. You can identify nearly every movie it's cribbing from, but it's way more fun than it ought to be. That's not a question, but thank you, Andrew. I have never seen Split Second. Have you?
Yeah, that's a great 80s direct-to-video classic, and highly recommend it. It's definitely, I think you're right. I do believe it was an alien that they discovered. They thought it was a monster at first, then they start thinking, oh, it's got to be from outer space, stuff like that. So,
and just for the record, it's a 1992 movie.
92. Okay, late,
yes.
Early 90s. All right,
No,
still direct to video.
Clickety clacky that, and it's
all right, good.
Flooded future London, Detective Harley Stone hunts a serial killer who murdered his partner and has haunted him ever since. He soon discovers what's haunting him might not be human.
There's a lot of those that wind up being on Mystery Science Theater or Riff Tracks. So you can watch some of those. And again, yeah, you're right. They crib it from a lot of movies. That's what they do with a lot of these scripts, especially those direct-to-video things, is they'll take the best ideas from other things and other things and other things. And look, our good boy Harlan Ellison, he sued this guy named James Cameron because he realized Terminator was a direct ripoff of his Outer Limits TV episode, The Soldier. And there was definitely enough connections to where they paid him off and put him on in the credits. And they jokingly, and Harlan Ellison once later said that they took him off the credits when it went on video, and he sued again. And Cameron says he just paid him off because it was easier just to pay him off and put him in the credits than to just fight the litigation. But I don't know. I think Harlan, if you watch that episode of Outer Limits and that, you'll see. Yeah. So sorry, I went off on a tangent there. I don't know why.
I appreciate your tangent, but Andrew, thank you so much. It's over to you, Mark.
Okay. Greetings, travelers and Appalachian witches. All right. Yeah, we do have a lot of those in the chats and all that, especially in the messages. So greetings. I've heard you all mention sometimes, so I'll ask here. Any spells, rituals, etc. for good luck and new opportunities? From Addie.
Well, hello, greetings, Addie.
So, spells for good luck and opportunities. Well, I am all about intention. Anything can be a proper spell done right? But things associated with good luck and opportunities, we know cinnamon. That's always big for
super cinnamon. We're coming up to the first of the month doing cinnamon.
Yep. Cinnamon is really big with that. Good luck. Also, the classics, shamrocks and other things like that. There are plenty of things that can get you. Just think classic and just, what you can focus on. That's what it's always about, is focus, right? But spring water, moon water is good for that as well, to grant opportunities. So that's water that you leave out a jar in the full moon, so it absorbs all that energy, and then you can use that for bathing or washing or cleansing. That works too. So
my recommendation is also go to your nearest metaphysical shop and see what they recommend, because or find your local covens of witches or gatherings of witches or collectives of warlocks and see what they say, because there are so many different recommendations, and not being experienced witches and warlocks as of yet, although I do want a broom, so I'm going to be working on that. That is my recommendation. So I love it.
Very, very
Love
cool.
it. Thank you, Addie, and good luck and good fortunes to you.
Yeah, very much. All right, Erica, you're up next.
I see this. Hey, ET team. Well,
Ooh, I like
hello.
Hi.
Okay. So does anybody remember the show Charmed with Alyssa Milano, and there were 3 sisters who are witches? Yes, I very much remember that show. Does anyone, it's all capitalized, besides me, remember there's a missing episode? Feel like I'm about to go down a Mandela effect. Here we go. Shannon Doherty played the oldest sister, Hut, but I think this is supposed to be who was a total bitch in real life, so they fired her and killed the character off the show. I remember the episode where she died was 2 parts. It was called All Hell Breaks Loose, Part 1 and 2. Years after the show ended, I bought the box sets on DVD. Upon watching them, I got to that episode and there was only Part 1. Part 2 is gone, and it starts the new season after Part 1. What the heck happened to the second half? Upon searching online, it never really existed, and there was never a Part 2, but I clearly, vividly remember it. Mandela effect, or did it get buried? Dorothy. Well, Dorothy, guess what? We're going to be working on a Mandela effect episode, and I will research this for you. That's what I will say.
I actually looked it up and found the answer already.
Oh, did you? What's the answer?
With the clackety clack. All right.
All right. I found this thread on Reddit on R Charmed. Some people thought that there is a second episode of All Hell Breaks Loose. Apparently, Shannon Doherty has the rights to this, but it turned out that this was just the Mandela effect. There is no such thing as a part 2, but an extended version where Phoebe comes back from the underworld and Prue dies. So I think there was just like a longer episode that got cut down when they released the box set. That's what it looks like to me.
That has happened. Okay, so all right. Well, maybe in our universe that's what happened, but maybe before the Hadron Collider turned on, where Dolly still had braces, and the Risky Business dance had sunglasses.
Wait,
like we all remember.
It did have sunglasses.
Well, we're saving that for the episode. Mark's going to shut his mouth. This is a whole thing. But
we're going to get into a fight about the Risky Business.
So trust me, we will. We're not going to talk about it now. But Dorothy, the answer to your question is yes, it's probably Mandela effect. That's what I'm going to say. Because it could have been a 2-parter. They could have taken the extended, broke the episode up into 2 parts, and played them back to back or however, because they do that a lot of times. Like we were talking about with the X-Files, how they completely eliminated Home from reruns for the longest time. So you see that sometimes. You remember things and then they're gone. But we're going to be having a whole Mandela effect episode. So trust me, you may have seen it. That's what I'm going to say.
Time, definitely.
Okay.
Well, moving on. Let's go. Let's see. So, hi, Mark and Erica. Hi.
Hello.
Are there any questions you really wish you'd get asked from Tom?
Well, hello, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Questions I really wish I'd get asked. Oh, that's an interesting one because
why haven't you claimed your check for $12 million? That's the question I think I would like to get asked more.
From Publishers Clearinghouse. Don't get me started. That's another one. I don't, Tom, it's interesting because I think all the travelers out there kind of keep us a little bit on our toes. So every now and then it's funny because we're going to have to work on people being able to be on the road trips that are the Mark and Erica road trips, because those get a little weird sometimes. And I think, people can ask us questions. Oh, I've got one, Mark. Here's something I wish somebody would have asked. What was your favorite part of the Hodag Festival?
Oh gosh. Yeah, we did have a lot of fun there. I loved the original the museum area right there in the Pioneer Village where they have that original sculpture. Well, not the original sculpture burned down, but the remake of the original sculpture. And then they had a bunch of other stuff in that was really cool. And that's there all year long. So you can go visit that anytime, just like the Hodag store, which is amazing. Great place to visit. I loved all the Hodags hidden all around town. Reminded me of the Braxton Monster where they put the chairs everywhere, but they have lots of little Hodags everywhere, all painted by artists. My favorite was the Vincent Van Gogh dag, which had Starry Night on his side, and he was holding sunflowers. It was very cute. But I'd say just the festival itself was great. We had a lot of fun. I wish it wasn't so windy. There were a couple times we all had to buckle for storms. We had to streamline the booth a few times because the wind knocked us over. But what was your favorite part?
Did you see, by the way, Tom, how I asked one question and it went to 400 different answers? So you don't ever have to worry about Mark being asked something because he'll answer things he's not even asked. So it's fine. It's fine. I have to say, well, we have a little surprise coming from our listeners, a little something we did, which was very fun to participate in, but we're going to be sharing that with all the travelers. I have to say the Hodag soda was very interesting. So the Hodag has a watermelon soda, which for the record, travelers, tastes exactly like if you liquefied a watermelon Now and Later hard candy. Like if you liquefied that and put fizzies in it, it was kind of amazing. So I brought back a couple of them. So because my other half demanded that I do so, but that was a really fun part. But Tom, I don't know. You'll have to come up with some weird questions and see where we go with them. That's what I'd like to say.
Yeah, I think we get asked so many, but you guys, they're all fun. So
yeah. Okay, I think one more before we have to pretend like we're taking a break.
I'd say yeah, one's good. So okay,
here we go.
Is it my turn?
This is me. You already.
Oh, it is you.
Okay. Mark, getting carried away with the questions. Okay, I have a serious question about demonic entities. Okay, never mind. I don't want to. Okay, I have a serious question about demonic entities. Is there a way to tell if a ghost is pretending to be demonic or if it really is? I got a crazy answers from my Oracle board, and I've had a lot of negative things around my life lately. Mike. Well, Mike. I am not expert enough to answer that, but this is what I'm going to say. I think that whatever these things are, first of all, I think almost every ghost is a cosplaying ghost is something because whatever. But I think that there are definitely negative things that can occur. And if you are experiencing those, it doesn't have to be something pretending to be something else. It could just be a negative force or a negative influence or something that has occurred. And it sounds like you might need to figure out when that happened, get rid of any items you may have brought in the house or any things like that, and set some boundaries and intentions to just let it know that it can't continue to do that. It's not okay with you, and that you will blast it out of your house if it doesn't stop doing whatever it's doing. That's my advice, Mark.
I agree. I think it's that whole one of those, we don't know the rules, right? This is why we call it preternatural. This is stuff you don't know the rules until you break them. You know, the whole thing with Robert, the whole thing with all that. These are things we just have to be careful about. So is everything demonic that says it is? No. But still treat it like it might be. That's like saying, hey, is this jar poison that's labeled poison? It could be. Don't go swigging it, but it might be a joke label. But are you really going to risk it? That's with this stuff. I think I agree with you with the cosplaying ghosts 100%. I think ghosts pretend to be other things. I also think some of them are just jerks and will say jerky things. Look at Mr. Nasty
Yeah.
at May Stringer House. I think that guy just likes to cuss people out and swear and call you terrible things and grab parts. And then there's those things that scratch. We don't know what they are, but they just do it. Is that a demonic? It's definitely negative. We don't want that to happen. So don't poke the bear. That's all I can say. And then if you would like us to get somebody your way to check, there's a lot of Facebook groups that help that, but we can also reach out to some of our paranormal team investigators that would be happy to come and take a look at things. Whatever you feel, please reach back out, Mike. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Agreed. We'd love to help you if we can. And so that we're going to take a brief break and we will be right back.
All right.
Okay, we're right back. So that
was pretty cool. Hold on, I was gonna play the music, but we'll have to let Eric, we'll have to let Bo put it in. So.
Oh, go ahead, play
fine.
the music.
Nope, too late. We moved on.
Okay, I was all ready. I was ready to let you play the music and stuff and things.
I'm still working on things. I'm gonna have to do some sci-fi editing here that's beyond me, but I'll figure it out. I'll get in. I'll merge with the computer, using some sort of strange technology interface, and I'll be able to edit in our commercials and all that fun stuff. So
I don't think any of that is accurate, but okay. Mark, it's over to you.
I just reread Neuromancer by William Gibson, so I've got to do that. So, all right. Let's see. All right. Oh, I like this one. On your episode about video games, that was pretty recent, Mark mentioned a game voiced by Tim Curry. Is it still available? Or maybe only at Eli's store or Ellie's store? I only know him from Command and Conquer memes, video game wise. Len. Yeah, Tim Curry is fantastic, and I know the Command and Conquer game that he is a meme in because he does the whole thing. I'm going the only place you can't catch me, space, and does this big space thing, and it's the most hysterical scene from those low res full motion videos in between the Command and Conquer missions. But the game is available in a classic form on Steam. And GOG, I believe, has it too. And that's Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. We'll put the links in the show notes. The novel that Jane Jensen, who wrote the game, did is actually 100% that. But if you want to hear Tim Curry's voice, you have to get the original or the anniversary edition. You can't get, they did a remake version and they got a whole different voice cast. Why would you want that? I don't know. When you have Tim Curry, Mark Hamill, and Michael Dorn in the original, come on, go back to that one. And that's what they did for the anniversary edition. So the anniversary edition runs a lot better on modern computers, and it even runs on tablets. So pretty cool.
Okay. So the answer to whether or not they can get it in Ellie's shop, do we know?
I don't know. You'll have to check with Ellie, and then we'll put a link to her store there. You can give them a call. They do carry retro computer games, and they get them. So, it's not too crazy expensive on eBay. So I know it's around in the collector's market. It's the second one and the third one that get a little harder to find because they reprinted the first one a few times. But I do have one fun thing about that one. I have a personal story. After we first played that game, there's a bit in the game where you're walking around New Orleans and you're finding out about this voodoo cult. And on every corner, there's this little guy tapping rada drums. And there's different rada drum guys as you go around the town. And the game just does that so much. It just becomes the ambient part of the game. And we walked out of our house at one point after playing that game for a couple hours, my ex-wife and I, my wife at the time, and we walked out the side and we heard drums like echoing across the town. And we were like, oh my God, what is happening? And it was a drumline competition at the local high school, but they were all so loud it was literally echoing down to it.
That's kind of amazing, and I love the fact that you were like, I think it's this video game.
I was convinced that the voodoo cult was after us. So
Okay. Well, as per usual, that is probably an accurate statement. Okay. Here we go. Thank you, Len, and I hope you find the game, and we'd love to hear what you think when you play it. By we, I mean mainly Mark, so he can gush about it more.
Oh yeah,
Plus,
great stuff.
I do love me some Tim Curry. Okay. Greetings, Erica and Mark. Greetings.
Greetings.
I watched your recent videos and saw you on the road. Well, that's pretty cool. Is this why your shop is down? I really want to get an autographed book. Will you be at Mothman? Penny. Well, hello, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Well, first of all, yes, we will absolutely be at Mothman. It will be the entire Erie Travels crew, including the amazing, talented, meticulous Bo Lake. And we will also be bringing with us Paige Lavoie, who is the author of I'm in Love with Mothman. So and it's epically exciting anyway. So that's cool. But to answer your question, we will talk about a little demon called Square Shipping. So unfortunately, we discovered after putting a ton of work into getting rid of the gremlins in the system that there's a whole thing. So we have to redo all of our work, which makes me very sad, but on my mission this week. So I'm hoping to have at least the books up and operational in the store in the next few days. Me and Mark's amazing wife, Carrie, had to first go from our blackout rage into seeing normally again to start this after we discovered the problem with the particular shop we went with. So it's not a great answer, but we will be at Smoky Mountain Terror. We will be at the Grafton Festival. We will be at the Flatwoods Festival, Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Festival. So there are a lot of places, and we've got a lot of them posted on our site, and we have them posted on Facebook. So you can come, and it's so much fun to get an autograph in person from us if you can, mainly because you can get one of Mark's stories in person, especially if you're a traveler. And then you can go, oh my gosh, is that Erica from Erie Travels? And I'll turn around like, yes, as a matter of fact, it is. Do you want a picture? Because I'm brilliant. You know, something like that could happen, which wouldn't happen normally if you just bought it from a store. So that's my recommendation to you. Bo, on the other hand, behaves like a complete professional and makes me and Mark both look bad.
Yes, always. Always.
Okay.
So, all right. Thank you, Penny. Awesome.
Yes, thank you, Penny.
So, all right, here we go. Is the rake real? I think one is in our neighborhood and is trying to eat dogs at the kennel I can see from my apartment. Jen.
Ooh, what the? I don't even know what that is, and I already got the heebie-jeebies. What the hell is a rake?
It's another creepypasta monster that looks really, really crazy.
Okay.
Bo, if you can pull up the clackety clack, pull up, see if you can get an image of a rake, what people they look like. We'll throw it up on here. But they are odd. I think we might have a tulpa thing because more and more people are claiming to see it.
Oh,
yeah,
no, I'm not a fan of that. No,
it was an AI generated image on supposedly put onto a trail cam, but now we're getting more and more people saying they see it. So, yeah. It's a slender thing with big eyes and big cloaked hands. And apparently there's Jake from the comments. Yep. I feel like the rake is a tulpa. I agree. I think that's where we're at. So yeah, I don't know if it's real, but I think we're making things like it real.
What is it? It reminds me of something else.
It's kind of cute. I don't know what Erica's talking about. It's adorable.
I think it looks like Gollum.
Yeah, with long fingers.
It's looking for the one ring. It's looking for the precious.
He just wants to eat some dogs. It's okay.
Now, with that said, now that you've told me this little situation, Jen, could you do me a huge favor and go over to where those kennels are and put some intention out there for those animals? Please go over there, put some intention, put some if you can, get some railroad spikes and put them out there, some iron, things like that would be a good idea. I don't want to hear about little puppies, and Callie would lose her mind if she heard that little puppies were in danger. So let's see if we can get some help out there. But Jen, yeah, I think these things, because so many people, like literally millions of people have heard about him, put intention behind him. I just did a whole heap of jeebies. That gives it energy, creates it.
Yeah. Oh, Jake had a good comment there. Yeah, it could be some other Nazi creature that got renamed and made into the creepypasta. We've had that happen. We've seen that where some things have been turned into creepypastas that had other things. There were, other creatures renamed for that. So
yeah,
like the dancing smile was a ghost in Gulfport called the dancing ghost of Gulfport. So all right.
Okay.
All right, Erica. Turn.
Yeah. Where can I find a Bigfoot hunting team? I want to see a real one. I just don't want to go alone. Thanks for all your tips. Love you, folks. Sam. Well, Sam, we love you too. Oh,
Sam, love you.
awesome.
Love you 3000.
So Sam, if you will write us back, and I'm sure Mark will already have sent an email asking this, but if you let us know where you are, we will connect you with a Bigfoot hunting team. And yes, do not go alone. Do not.
Never.
Yeah. But Sam, here's the thing. This is like any other, this is a marathon and not a sprint. You may go out with the teams and you may see nothing your first time. You may see something your first time. If you're going to go do this, you need to have the patience of an epic mother of, say, 20 children, because this could take some time in which to facilitate seeing them. But if you tell us where you are, we will give you a team in that area. And isn't it RPG has a really good book about what to do, what to take with you for
RPG has one, and then our good friend Robert Robinson, the Legend Tripper, he has a good book with equipment and stuff. And there's a few others out there, but those would be the ones I would highly recommend. Easy. So, and then it doesn't hurt. That's one of the good things about the Bigfoot hunting shows. Yes, they're Hollywood. Yes, they're that, but they do usually show them getting the equipment together and all that at the beginning. But just remember, number one is hydration is your friend. And number two, remember the most important goal is not to get to a destination to go hunting. The most important goal is to get back to your car at the end of everything. So that's what you got to plan.
Yeah. Which is great, as Jake put it, the buddy system. So yes, if you tell us where you are, we can hook you up with the hunting team.
Yep. Always.
Hey,
So, all right. And register with the BFRO. They have lots of organizations going out, and there are other things too that you can look out for. So, all right. This one's short and simple. When are y'all back in Tampa, Ken?
Oh, that's super easy. Spookala in October.
Tampa Bay Comic-Con for me in
it's
August.
true.
So I'll be back for that.
If you want to settle for just Mark and Carrie, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we'll be there for Tampa Bay Comic-Con, but then we'll be back for Spookala. Erica and I, we will be there definitely October 6th, and they've already made some amazing guest announcements. So
yeah,
I am all in. So can't wait. So that's when we'll be back in Tampa. So
okay.
Thanks,
this
Ken.
one is good. This is a Bo question. Bo, I'm going to make you read this question.
Bo got a question. Go.
Who's typing? Oh, it's me. For some reason, I started typing and I don't realize what happened.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting there.
There it is. You just passed it. You passed it.
Here I am. I hear your ad. from Wolves of Morton by Bo Lake. My daughter wants me to buy it so she can listen. The relations on a scale of Amish romance to 50 Shades. Depends on how old your daughter is. A is much closer to 50 Shades than it is sweet Amish romance.
Oh, your mic cut out a little bit. It's much closer to
your mic cut out, Bo. So
50 Shades. So here's the answer.
50 Shades than Amish.
Yes,
all right.
Much closer to 50 Shades. Maybe even a little beyond that.
Whoa. Okay. So if your daughter is 36 and
Yes.
has had several relationships that have failed and returned, then you can come back and read this book. So no, it's definitely steamy. So
Spicy.
I don't want to discuss what just happened there. It's fine. It's okay.
yeah, we definitely had
You
some,
just disappeared.
yeah, we had
Okay,
Mountain Internet. We'll blame
I
Mountain
hit a
Internet.
button. That wasn't internet. That was me. And I'd like to move on from my user
See?
error. Okay.
It's because
All right,
I
so
messed
thank-
up the thing first, and then you messed up something. It just
All right,
it
so,
happens.
so Lynn, thank you for that. And yes, you can buy the book for your daughter as long as your daughter is of age.
37.
Yeah.
So I'm
But
just
you
gonna
can read
throw
it
this-
yourself.
Yeah.
And then
it
you
is
judge.
it is very it's gory and it's spicy. All I'm gonna say is I read Clan of the Cave Bear when I was 12 years old. So I am not gonna be the right judge of this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so okay.
I read Stephen King's It way too young too, and that's got some crazy stuff. So
Yeah. Okay, but use your best judgment, Lynn. But if your daughter was not 18 and walked up to the table, I would not sell her the book by herself.
No.
Yeah. So
Legally,
No,
we could not tell her the book
okay.
No.
in some places.
in some states, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we
In
go.
some countries the book's banned. So just
In the state of Florida. No, just kidding. Okay, here
Might be.
we go. Just listen to the episode on Killer Tomatoes as we just discovered you all and have been playing catch up. Oh, well, welcome.
I like that he said ketchup.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yes. Okay. Catch up, not
Or they said ketchup. Yep.
catching up. They use the word like the condiment. But anyway, and then said,
That's
laugh
funny.
out loud. Okay. We watched the movie thanks to you all making it sound so fun. Thank you for a great evening. We loved it. Are there any other hidden gems like that? Wendy. Well, hello, Wendy.
Oh, Wendy. Hi.
So
That's-
there are some hidden gems, I think. Like I will say one of the ones I'm gonna give two and then Mark can give two. 1, 2.
Yep.
Okay. Critters, if you've never seen Critters, is sort of an amalgamation of like Gremlins and Leprechaun to me in a way. Like it's a very, very weird, cheesy kind of horror movie, I think. And then if you haven't seen it, another one that I know a lot of people haven't necessarily seen, but is one of the most brilliant movies to me is Deep Blue Sea. And that has, I love Deep Blue Sea. If you've not seen it, it is a shark movie. And I'm just going to say the one line that makes the entire movie for me. As a side effect, the sharks got smarter. I love that
Great.
movie. Okay. So two, Mark, two.
So I love the horror comedies. I always have. The parodies like that are great. I would say one to watch is an old one called Hysterical. We'll put the link in there. It was done. It's like what if the Marx Brothers did Airplane as a but with a zombie movie, and it's amazing. It had a great comedy cast. They parody Jaws, they parody zombies, they parody everything. It's fantastic, and just turn your brain off and have a good time. A lot of fun. Predates the Scary Movie franchise and all that, but that same type of vibe. The other one I would say is Tucker and Dale versus Evil, is probably the more modern of the horror comedies that a lot of people missed when it came out. So those would be the two I would say hidden gems. If watch those and you'll have a blast. So
Yes. Yeah. I love both of those as well. Okay, Mark. Oh, well,
all right.
And thank you for catching up, Wendy.
Yep.
We hope you're enjoying yourself.
I hope you are enjoying episode 116. So, all right, keep on catching up. So, all right, let's see. I have a ghostly entity that tends to move things into the weirdest places. Hey, that sounds awfully familiar. We find them weeks after they've gone missing. I thought it might have been fairies, but some of the stuff has iron on it. And I don't want it gone. I just want to know what it wants. I live near Youngstown, Ohio. David. Okay.
Well, David, I may not be the one to help you since you want to keep this thing around. So I am not a fan of asking things necessarily what it wants in these situations. I feel like that opens the door for more things. I think that if it's not bothering you, you let it go, or you just state the rules like, hey, this is fine, but don't move stuff in here, because it's entirely possible what it wants is not something you want to give it.
True that.
Oh.
I think did you live near Youngstown, Ohio? So I would say that area is a hotbed of strange and unusual activity that's part of an upcoming project Eric and I are working on. That area is kind of like one of the corners. So there are teams in that area that can help. I'm happy to put you in touch. Please just message me back, David. I'll reach out, make myself reach out. But if it's just stuff just moving around and coming back later, that is classic poltergeist activity, not Fae. That is where the things disappear and you suddenly find stuff in the freezer or stuff somewhere randomly or right where you left it. And you were like, I checked this 100 times, but here it is. That also can be, signs of just forgetfulness and stuff like that. So it could be something simple. I don't want to 100% say you got issues, but definitely keep us posted, and we're happy to send a team to help.
Yeah, let's not accuse our listeners of having dementia. Let's try to not get that.
Just saying, everybody gets old and forgetful. My goodness.
Just because you get old and forgetful, you have books that are magically appearing in your bathroom. So you know what, David?
When no one's in the house, that's the important thing. It's when no one's here. That's if a book suddenly shows up on a table that I happen to be sitting next to, I probably put it there and forgot. So
that's true. But David, I wouldn't open the door. That is my recommendation. And do not get a Ouija. If you want, get somebody like Serenity Jenny to maybe tell you what's going on, but do not open the door yourself. That's a terrible plan. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
All right.
Greetings, travelers from New Zealand. Oh,
hey,
greetings,
wow.
New Zealand. Yay. I discovered your show.
New Zealand accent, so I would say hi back, but I'd blow it.
Can we not? I just did a horrible British accent, so let's try not to offend everyone tonight.
Let's not do that. Just greetings.
Okay. I discovered your show after hearing Mark on another show. I love your fun stories. Well, thank you.
Thank you. That's
we have a monster near us called the Mohau. Did I say that right? Mohau?
Yep, that is. I've heard of that.
It acts a lot like your Bigfoot in throwing rocks and leaving giant tracks. Are they related? Do you know any stories? Isha, I am now going to look this up. I'm going to clickety-clack it. But I feel like this is something that Bo needs to throw, and we need to go down a rabbit hole on this.
Yeah, I think we could definitely dig into that. I know Australia's more famous cousin, the Yowie.
It's a Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's very similar. It's very similar. They do throw rocks. They chase people. I know they're considered to be a much more aggressive.
Well, no offense, because this is not offense, but down in Australia, New Zealand has some of the most ridiculous, dangerous creatures that I've ever seen, ever. So it would not surprise me that this thing is more aggressive. But it looks like a big
again, and New Zealand isn't that big, but it's surprisingly big. Look at the Lord of the Rings movies. Look how much different terrain there is and how many open places. There's lots of places for things to hide. And again, we don't all know if these are completely physical on this plane, so we'll find out.
Mark, we just drove through like 5 states in 2 days. So that's the comparison I'm making. I'm just saying that they have dangerous creatures. We've seen this. every time you see the top 10 most deadly creatures in the entire world, it's like Australia and New Zealand are 9 of them. And then like
Florida.
New Jersey has one in the sewers. I don't know. It's just weird. Okay. So
All right.
I think this is a Bigfoot though. That's what it looks like.
Definitely
So-
related. Definitely related. Very similar.
And if you'd like New Zealand, just let your teams down there know, and we'd love to come visit. Mainly me and Bo would come visit because Mark won't get on airplanes right now. But
I would have to take a boat, and it would take a long, long time.
Yes.
And I don't like the water, so this would be even worse. So, all right.
Okay.
You guys
Mark.
you'd have to Mr. Teamy like the A team, just inject me and then wake me up in 2 months.
There we go. But it is wonderful to hear from you down in New Zealand. Yay.
Zealand, yeah, yay! Keep on traveling. So, all right. Oh, this one's fun. Not what I expected, but this is still fun. When are we getting another letter from X? That last one was ominous from Tim. Well,
hello,
Tim.
Tim.
Well, we didn't get one this month.
I will 1,000% agree with you that last letter from X was very, very ominous. Me and Mark have discussed it many times, so that means X has heard us discussing it many times. I'm a little nervous, but I hope he writes soon and tells us that we're doing better and that like Erica got a gold star and Mark got a bronze one, because I feel like that's how it would work out. And then Bo got a like platinum one because Bo's the best. But
yeah, exactly. 5 stars.
Yes.
And put that on your Uber review. So, but let's see. Honestly, that's one of those things we don't know who he is. We don't know what it is. We just get letters every once in a while and we share them with you because they're fun. They're exciting. Just like we share all these that you guys send us that we love and enjoy every one that you send us. Some of them we respond to privately. Some we respond to here because that's what we want to do. We'll let you know when we hear from them. You will too. I promise.
Agreed. Okay. Many of your guests are amazing, and I had no idea who they were before being on your show. Oh, very cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I loved learning about Michael Roddy creating Jack from Horror Nights. He is amazing. And Owl's book, Crota, went immediately into my Audible library. I hope you are as terrified as I am.
Yeah.
My question is, how do you get your guests? I have a call-in show on a local PBS affiliate, and I can never get anybody cool. Jan. Well, Jan, you are welcome to have us on your show. We'd be delighted.
Yeah, we happy to call in and join a PBS local show. It's been a while since I've been on PBS, so I would love that. So, but reach out. That's all I can say. We did a lot of reaching out for these people. These are people we're fans of, people we enjoy, people we've met over the years. Some of these we fostered relationships for decades of research and things like that. But some are people we meet at conventions and other things that tell us they want to be on us. And
Dana, I would heavily recommend you getting a business card that has your contact information on and go to shows, go to places. You'd be amazed how many even just local shows in your area will have really interesting people, libraries, things like that. And just give your card and go, I'd love to have you on the show. That's what me and Mark do every single show is we go, if Mark already doesn't know them, because I feel like he knows everyone on the planet, but when he doesn't, we go and introduce ourselves and go, hey, we'd love to have you on our show. Can we reach out, blah, 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 and talk to them, because there are just so many people with amazing stories out there, and we don't know all of them. And we want to bring you, all of our travelers, some new and interesting people to find that maybe aren't people that are, at the forefront, So that's what I recommend. But reach out to us again, and we would love to be on your show. We'll call in. Mark will call in like every day, like X. It'll be weird.
I'll be on. I've done that. That's how I got on a couple of shows. Was I kept calling into the shows over and over again, or stealing their chats in their chat rooms until eventually they asked me on. So that happens. But I would also say reach out to some of our guests. We've put up all their websites. They'd be happy to come on. You could get. I guarantee you, I would love to be on your show. Michael Roddy. They just work with their schedules and all that. I know sometimes if you're doing a live radio show, it's tricky because you've got a set schedule, and that can be, if it's during the day, good luck. It's tough to get people who work 9 to 5s and all that. But you'd be surprised. There's a lot of ways to reach people, and that's what social media is all about. That's where we get a lot of them too. So
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Erica, it's the last one.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. So are we ready for this?
I want to say yes, but probably the way you just prefaced it. No. Continue on.
So this one we got literally right before air. So I thought this was appropriate. So greetings, travelers.
Greetings.
I am in a truly scary position right now.
Okay.
I have some
and I was correct in my assessment of that situation.
I have some toxic people latching on to a good person. I think they are true energy vampires. I want to help get them away from her. Anything you all know that I can do to help her? Anonymous.
I actually do. I
don't know this. So
I do. So there is a witch that I'm trying to get on our show that I ran into, and she does this spell, and what she recommends is you get a container that can be sealed, but you go and you get a lemon and you pry the lemon apart, you sprinkle it with salt and cinnamon, and then you put the name of the person you want to get rid of and freeze. And then you close it and you tie it with twine, and then you submerge it in water and you put it in the freezer. And this will freeze them and stop them from what they're doing. Not real life, like we're not murdering people, but you put the intention, and you can literally go, Sam Smith, and put the name in there. And you can even put Sam Smith, stay away from whoever your friend is, put it in there, seal it, like you pull it apart, you sprinkle salt and cinnamon, put the name, you seal it, you tie it with thing, you submerge it in water and stick it in the bottom of your freezer. That is what I recommend doing, because it will freeze the crap out of toxic people, and they'll probably just wander away because it will not be a pleasant place for them to be anymore. That is my recommendation.
So my question for that is, how long do you keep it frozen?
I would keep them in the freezer.
My question is, how long do you keep it frozen?
Ever.
All
That's
right.
what I would do.
The only thing I remember about energy vampires that's not from What We Do in the Shadows is that one of the things you want to do is that you want to surround that person with positive energy, right? Just be supportive, draw them out of it, right? That is what you want to do. Be the light so that they can see it, so that they feel that positive come from you, so that they crave that because they realize they're being drained. The great line is, I didn't know how empty I was until I was filled. That's what you do. So, be a beacon for that person, be something guiding for them so that they will see that there are good people out there, and maybe they'll get away from it. That also might make that energy vampire be a bit more toxic and try to be more grabby. So be prepared for that. I don't know. It's rough handling these situations and all that. And that's, kind of, we're not professionals. We're not experts in that sort of thing. So I like the idea of the lemons, anything with intention to help. Again,
well, that's what I like about his intention. You put the name, you do it, because that whole act of creating that spell, so to speak, puts just intention and the intention of what you're trying to do. And freezing somebody is not, I don't think is, you can't freeze somebody who's got positive energy and doing stuff like that. I feel like you can only snare people who have negative energy. So it's a couple things to try, Anonymous. I mean, I like it, but I think also helping that person state some boundaries. And there are a few crystals that are really good for that. And I would go to your crystal shop and do that, because I think there are a few that are specific for exactly what you're trying to do. And maybe give your friend a little gift of a couple crystals in a bag, then tell them to carry it with them all the time. Because I think if you hit the right things, negative people, for whatever reason, it will just start to happen and you don't have to necessarily say something. But the other thing you can do is you can get all Erica-like and get up in their face and tell them if they don't back off, that's going to be a whole different story. And you'll find a different kind of jar. But I'm not advocating violence.
No, we don't advocate violence. We just advocate threat. No.
Yes.
But I would just say also with that you'll find a group, find a local support group, Wicca group, or Coven, whatever, that you reach out local area, find a group, and then invite your friend to that, so that they can have another support group. It doesn't necessarily have to be a witch or Wicca thing. Invite them to a support group of people who are going through abusive relationships. Invite them to events, get them out in public, get them surrounding other people. And then that also will help break any hold this other thing has on them. So
yes, that's very good. Like, I love all of that. So those are our recommendations, Anonymous.
Yeah, that's the best we can do. And good luck with that. So thanks for sending that in. So, oh my gosh, travelers, that's it. You guys overwhelmed us again. Another month of questions. Wow. There was some gold in there. So, and
we love it. We love traveler stories. And I'm super looking forward to seeing all the travelers that are going to come see us at Smoky Mountain Terror.
Oh yeah. And
that's
and you're all excited for the Twilight Vampires, I know.
Yes, for the record, everyone listening, Stacy Brown, I hope you can hear me. I am going to get a picture with the strongest vampires, and I am going to make sure that Stacy feels fully acknowledged. So, Stacy, as you're driving and listening to this and thinking to yourself, why did Mark tell Erica that? I hope you just know that you will have a gift from me very, very soon.
Well, anyway, gang, thank you all so much for your letters. Again, go to eerietravels.com, drop us a line there so that we can answer your questions, or you can visit our Discord, which the link's in the show notes. You can join our Patreon, and there you can get access to this listener questions live and chime in with your responses. We appreciate it. To everyone who does it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then you get this live as it airs before anybody else hears it, before anybody else sees it. I just can't thank you all enough for this journey we've been on. We going to the Hodag Festival, going to all these things. It's amazing. We've had so much fun.
Shout out to Ben at the Hodag store. Yay!
Yeah, heck yeah. Shout out to Ben. And then we got to talk to Cryptid Comforts and Cryptology, who are both hosting the Squonkapalooza that we're going to be speaking at. We'll be doing a live podcast from there, hopefully, but it will at the very least be speaking there, depending, always with these technical difficulties at these live things. So we'll see what we can do, but we're going to do our best, but we will be there. Again, eerietravels.com has links to all of where we're going to be coming up and all that. So all that said, thank you once again. And we'll just end on this note. So when you're heading out into the world, use those positive intents. Watch out for the rakes. Watch out for any energy vampires. And we will see you on the other side.